And this tune, you might notice that the A part and the B part have different lengths. The A part, I think, is only a 4-measure phrase, and the B part is a 6-measure phrase, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a little bit longer, which is kind of peculiar to a lot of Swedish music. They have that kind of structure. And the beginning of the tune starts on a C, and it goes, I'll try to angle my nickel harp a little bit lower there for you. So, and that's it. That's the A part. That's the entire A part. And one more time. And then the B part starts on an E, and it's actually goes from a sort of E minor mode to a C major mode. And then it returns. And then repeat the B part. And then back to the A part. So once again, kind of slow. So there you go. There's the tune. Obviously, with Lisa was here playing the chords, it would sound better. But it is a really fun tune, and it's a cool got a cool sort of sound to it. So let's play it through a few times. I'll play it up to speed and try to get some of those double stops in so you can sort of hear how the mode changes from minor to major. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go. That's Polska after Erlandson. Is there any questions anybody has about that?
Nothing in the chat so far.
Okay. All righty. Well, we were supposed to do that yesterday, so let's push on to the next tune. We're going to play now I can't pronounce it. Gronald. You know what? I'm not going to even try. Green Grove March. And this tune is actually a new tune. It was written by a friend of a friend. I've met him. He's a singer and a very good cittern and bouzouki player. His name is Anders Larsson. And he wrote this tune with a band, Svenevit. And it's a really cool sounding march. And so I'll play it for you. And you'll get an idea. It's very drony. So you can play, it's an E minor, so you can play an E minor through the whole thing, and it sounds great. 2, 3, 4. There you go. Grunelunds Marchen. All right, I did it. Green Grove March. So I'm going to go ahead. Any questions, Nicole?
They're just popping in and saying that it's a lovely tune and thank you and things along those lines.
Oh, good. All right, from the top, nice and slow. It's, as I said, it's in that E minor, so you're going to start on an E. Here, let me point this down a little bit for you. And that's the first part of the A part. It's also the first part of the B part. So you can see the A part is basically that 4-measure phrase repeated twice. At the very end, the way it finished, that's the way the tune, the first A part phrase ends. So let me play it for you one more time, nice and slow. Did everybody get that? Was that pretty clear, more or less? Okay, let's go on to the B part then. It starts on that E. Sort of, it's that arpeggiated figure, E, G, B. And then it goes up. And then repeats the A part, the A phrase. And that's the entire B. So one more time. And then back to the A. And then when it goes back into the B part, when you repeat the B, it kind of goes pretty fast. It goes back in. So when you go back, when you play the B part twice, repeat back to the B part, that phrase comes back very fast. So that's one thing you should know about the tune. It's kind of a nice peculiar aspect of it. One more time, the B part, nice and slow. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want to me to repeat anything? Is there anything, something that is a problem that I need to attend to? Should we just play the tune?
There's a good love it in the chat, and people seem pretty happy with how we're going.
Okay, great. Well, let's play the tune. We'll play it through 3 or 4 times, and hopefully, it does sound really powerful with a chordal instrument, sort of. It actually is a bagpipe tune. You hear bagpipes on this tune, so it has that very strong drone, that E constantly playing in the background. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. Sorry, I messed up at the end there. I went somewhere else in my head. Are there any questions we have about that?
Somebody asked if you could go over ornamentation, please.
Ornamentations. Well, I'll try to do a little bit of ornamentation. The thing about ornamentations that could take us forever. And to be perfectly honest, my ornamentations are kind of peculiar or eccentric to me. I know some very traditional, a few traditional Swedish ornamentations, but it's a kind of a very arcane and difficult sort of task to go over it. But in this particular tune, right there on that C, I would do a little roll. So I play a little grace note, and that would be a trill right there. Kind of, I think they call it mordant. It's a fast trill. So I would do another ornament there. That would be kind of a short trill. So what you can hear, what I'm basically doing in terms of just the general technique, is that I'm playing grace notes and I'm playing these sort of short trills. And in particular, I guess we'll say one thing about Swedish ornamentation. Everybody has a different philosophy. It's not like there's one thing to do or like there's one way to do it and you have to do it that way. It varies from fiddler to fiddler and from musician to musician. But in particular, I do notice that there is a kind of style, especially in sort of the middle region of Sweden, where they do a lot of trills and a lot of there's a lot of trilling going on. And sometimes it gets so much trills that I can't even tell anymore where the tune is, because it's just all one constant trill from note to note. There are other fiddlers who don't think that much ornamentation is that great, and they like to be a little bit more straight and less ornamented. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. This is a bagpipe tune. And as you know, in bagpipes, when they play the bagpipes, they'll sort of stop the note very quickly to kind of give it a little bit of, right there. That would be a very kind of bagpipey kind of shape to it. So on that tune, that's about the most I can say in terms of trilling. I would just sort of find the right places and I would do these sort of very short turns or trills. Does that help? Was that sort of answer the question? I hope it does. Any other questions you might have for any other comments? No? All right, well, we're pushing right along. Our next tune, okay, we're gonna play a nice slow tune. This is a really beautiful a tune called a long dance from Solaron. And this is the very first tune that I ever learned on the Nyckelharpa. And it's a very, very, very old tune. I read about it. It comes from an island in the middle of Sweden. And it was one woman on this island who sang it. And I don't think it was heard anywhere else. And somebody recorded her a long time ago. And she basically single-handedly kept it alive because I think it's a very, very old tune. It's very lovely. And a long dance, just to know about the dance, that this is a sort of a serpentine dance where people hold on to each other and they sort of wind through sort of in a chain, and they wind through the dance hall in a sort of serpentine-like pattern. And then they rock back and forth to the music. So this is in 3/4, so it has kind of a polska feel to it, but it's much slower, and the dance, as I said, is more serpentine. So let me play it for you. It's a nice slow tune. It's also very minor, and it has some very unusual harmonic textures to it. So there you go. That's Long Dance from Solaron. It's very, very, I mean, this is as Swedish as you get. Those harmonic textures, that sort of sharp seventh. So haunting. So I'll take it apart. It doesn't go very much faster than what I just showed you. So it's pretty easy to learn. It just kind of has that sort of very circular winding thing, almost like a snake biting its own tail. Starts on an A, but then it goes quickly to that C sharp. So this, oh, I have even more.
Oh, yeah, Aryeh, we're losing some of the notes.
Oh, terrible.
Double check that Zoom didn't uncheck original sound on you.
You know what? That's exactly what happened. And now it's on.
Okay, good. That should solve the problem. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me know. Well, I wasn't looking at you, Nicole, so I don't know if you're waving at me. Is that better?
Oh, that is light years better. Woohoo!
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, everybody. Oh, well. I'm glad we fixed it at least halfway through. So let me play it one more time for you. Long Dance from Slow. And I noticed down there that somebody asked me the trills, and it was whether you approach the trills from below or from above. And in Swedish music, you do both. You can approach it both from above and below. But it is noted that approaching it from above is rather unusual in general, but it does happen. But on this particular tune, I would say the defining ornament would be the way in which they would, at the very last note in the phrase, the very end of the both the A part on the and the B part on that D, they might play that C sharp that leads into the D very long. So it may sound something like this. They may that very, very long, that would be very typical Swedish ornamentation where they lead into the next phrase by holding out the note from the previous phrase. So that's something to be aware of. So let's play it one more time, nice and slow, the A part of this tune. And right here would be an ornament. Okay, that's the A part, and the B part starting on an A, up high. So that B part has probably the hardest part of it, which is the most interesting part. That's probably the most difficult part to get because it wraps around on itself. Starts on that A. And it goes back to the B part, A part. Okay, so let's play the tune through 2 or 3 times. This is the speed that we're playing is pretty much, it doesn't go very fast. It kind of just has a nice languid pace to it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, one more time. Sorry, my fault. 1, 2, 3. All right, there you have it.
Gorgeous. And the only comment in the chat so far is sweet tune.
Oh, okay, good to hear. I'm glad you guys like it. So I'm going to take I need to straighten my back. We're going to play Nicole's favorite tune now. And I guess the theme about this whole workshop is for this day is tunes that have a lot of drone sounds to them and have those very peculiar Nordic harmonic textures. There's almost like minor melodic scales in these tunes. And this one will be no different. This is a very, very cool, somewhat complicated um, polska. And like the previous tune, it has sort of areas where the melody seems to turn in on itself. It seems to sort of almost become this sort of hypnotic circle. And it can be a little bit difficult to sometimes tease out the shape of the melody because it repeats these phrases in a strange way. So this is called Far Far Polskin, which means grandpa's polska, grandpa's polska. So while you guys are digging that out, I will play the tune for you. I have a different nickel harper right now. I'm playing one which is in D, so it gives that nice drones to it. All right, here we go. So that is Farfall Polska, and I have to excuse me for some of those flat tires there. I'm switched from one nickel harp to the other, and I forgot my fingering. um, I have a question here. I'd mentioned guitar chords were more recently added, but I'm wondering putting those in changing drone harmony tones. Um, Yeah, so that's quite correct. If I understand your question correctly, you're basically asking how it is that I came up with the particular chords for the music. And it's quite right. Those are somewhat my chords. I have listened to other recordings of other traditional Swedish players playing this tune. But like in Irish music, there is no set. It does, what's chosen, what chords are chosen, are kind of up to the guitar player or the cittern player or the bouzouki player. It really isn't defined as like you have to play it this way. In fact, the whole chordal tradition of having these instruments in the music is fairly recent. So you can sort of make it up as you go, and you can decide whatever ones you want to do. Lisa actually plays different chords than the ones that I wrote in the in the music. So it's up to you. Those are kind of basic guidelines. You know, I don't always, sometimes I make mistakes. I put in like wrong chords, A major instead of A minor, what have you. So obviously, if it doesn't sound right to you, feel free to change it and make any changes you feel are comfortable because it's a wide open tradition. All right, so let's learn this piece. As I said, it has this sort of circular hypnotic quality to it, and it's a kind of a long tune. It is a polska. It's not a march. That means it's in 3/4. So remember the pattern is dum bum bum ba yaka daga dum baga yum ba yum bum ba 3 1 2 1 da, da, 3 1 2 2 dum daga 1 2 3 1 bum. You have to get that polska feel to get the music. So you can either start on the lower octave or the upper octave. I'm going to start on the higher octave. And we start on that A. Let's just do that much so far. Let me put this down for you. Let's do that again. That's the first half of the A part. And one more time. And going on. I hope I got that right. Did I get that right? Did I mess up? When you take it apart, sometimes you forget how it goes. So that end of that A part it just seems to ramble on in this sort of very strange way. But we'll try it one more time. From the second half of the A part. And one more time. So let's play the whole A part together, nice and slow. Oh my God, I forgot how it goes. One more time. I think I got it right. I hope so. So that's the first half of the A part. Somebody's asked me a question. This particular nickel harp I did tune in D. Yes, I did. So let's go on to this B part. Starting on a D. Let's do that a little slower. And one more time. And then going on the B part. me try that again. And then the tricky part. You know what? I'm so sorry. I'm having a little problem right here because when I'm taking it apart, I'm realizing I don't know the tune. I got to do it slower or faster, excuse me. Boy, oh boy, that is complicated right there. That end of that B part is certainly a little difficult. Let me try it again from the top of the B, and hopefully I'll be able to take it apart. And the next part. Let's try it one more time. The B part, a little slow. I'm going to have to admit that I'm not doing the best job taking this apart. I hope that the dots that you have available are working for you. And I'm finding that it's very hard to take this tune and sort of take it apart. It just becomes too complicated. You almost have to learn it as one whole phrase for you to get it. So what we're going to do is let's play the tune as a whole. I'll play it first at a little slow tempo, and then I'll just continue playing it, getting progressively faster. And I think that's the best way for you to learn this tune. I'm finding it too difficult to almost take apart. So here we go. The top of the piece. Hope you have your music out there. And in this particular tune, having a drone in the background, that D drone, and that really a kind of scratchy tone, if you can get a scratchy tone, it's a very scratchy, sort of almost like if you have to think of a saw sawing through wood. Kind of has that feel to it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, a little faster. there's Far Far Polskin. Did anybody have any questions about that tune? Anything you wanted to know?
Lots of people saying how cool it is and how cool it sounded in the lower octave, and yeah, lots of things about it being a tough tune but a cool tune.
Yeah, it is a tough tune, no doubt. But dedication to learning this tune is worth the effort. So this whole workshop isn't about learning the tunes and getting under your belt right away. It's about introducing the tunes for you and for you to have an opportunity at home to take your time and learn them. This tune you can find a lot if you go on YouTube or any of the platforms. Just put in Far Polskin and you should find it. In fact, the other tunes as well, that except for the Green Grove March, only one band has recorded that particular tune. Well, we only have 5 minutes left, so that's not enough time really to play any new tunes. So with the 3 minutes we have left, let us continue playing Far Far Polskin a little bit faster, just a little bit faster, and then around 4 minutes from now, I will sign off. All right? So thanks everybody for coming to the workshop, and we'll see you tomorrow, which will be a class on waltzes.
Thank you so much, Aryeh. And everyone, don't forget to donate to the Lark Traditional Arts. I will put that link in the chat.
All right, boy, Far Far Polskin, a little bit up to speed. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Last time.
That was freaking awesome. Thank you so much, Aryeh. There was a question in the chat. What are the tunes for tomorrow? Are we still doing the list that you gave me?
Yeah. So I'm going to focus on a set of waltzes, and the waltzes are, just one second, we're going to do waltz after. Oh, let me put them in the chat here.
I just put up the ones that you told me before, so if those are the same ones, they're there already.
Okay, I'm going to make sure that they are. Yes, those are the ones. With one exception, I think we're not going to do is a tune that I wrote, but we're probably not going to get to that. So those are the tunes. We'll do those four, and those are all waltzes. They're all very beautiful, great tunes. All right. Well, thanks everybody, and I'm glad you came. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully next year live.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, Aryeh.
Bye. Hi, Yael.
Hello. Changing of the guard. Hi, Nicole.
Hi. It's all yours for improv.
Yeehaw. And I know Kieran is going to be here momentarily as my tech guy.